Hi, I'm Kevin Arnold with TUSK Partners, and this is Diwakar Sinha with TUSK as well. Today we're going to talk about some of the top things we see from practice owners who are wanting to sell to private equity. So, Diwakar, what are some of the top 3 or 4 things you see when you're talking to a seller who's ready to go with a private equity investment?
Well, first of all, we're looking for is it a scalable platform, right? There's two approaches that our sellers can go. Is one is either strategic. A strategic might be a larger DSO, or a financial, just private equity. In order to go the route of private equity, one of the most common things that we want to work with our client on is scalability and infrastructure. Because if a financial investor needs to put in infrastructure to get the scalability, then that valuation is typically going to be lower, not as what you typically see in the financial purchaser.
Okay. So, what are the most important things to be able to scale? Is it their ability to go out and acquire new patients, ability to merge a practice in, or just maintaining overall good profitability?
I think all of the above. So if you have good leadership, you have good systems in place. We want to look at same store sales and see if that's growing. Your current
Okay.
operation is growing. Simultaneously, as you're adding locations, we would tell our clients you don't want to miss a beat, right? So if you're adding locations, and we're working with our clients to do probably one every 90 to 120 days, we want to make sure they can add on those practices, have good onboarding processes, good integration in the practices, and they're actually by acquiring and growing the practice, not just maintaining it.
Okay, so for a good private equity investment, they need to be buying or acquiring or adding on 3 to 4 practices a year and maintaining good, consistent operations in their existing locations.
That's correct, and with discipline, right? So we work with our clients on a target acquisition profile, and that could be towards an acquisition model or a de novo model. But we really want to make it a structured deal. So we want to look at 6-share practices or 8-share practices. If they're just adding locations as dots on a map, and that's going to throw a red flag. So we're also working with their clients on the discipline of acquisitions and growth.
Yeah, help them create the plan so when they go out and buy a practice, they know what their box is, so they can stick inside that box to make sure they add on the right practices.
That's correct, and that also impacts their ability to borrow capital from banks.
Okay. What do you see in terms of financially these sellers? When are they ready for private equity investment or strategic?
So I think that depends from seller to seller. We don't steer the conversation towards one or the other. I think at TUSK we always work with the end in mind. So we always ask our client, what does your exit process look like? Is there a number you're thinking of? Why is that number? Are you looking to stay on post sale, or are you looking to exit within a year to 2 years? Do you want to grow with the financial partner or the strategic partner? And that helps us drive the decision of what's going to be the better path for them. One of the foundations towards a financial would be that they have a scalable platform. So if we've discovered that, we've identified it, now it's an issue of which financial sponsor is the right sponsor.
Okay. So scalable platform is important if they want to go that private equity route. Do they need to have that scalable platform for a strategic acquisition?
Ideally, they should have some level of scalability, but they're going to be more like add-ons if they go to a fairly large DSO. It might be a geography acquisition for them, so they don't have to have necessarily the scalability, but they do have to be good value-oriented companies that are showing same-store growth as far as revenue.
Okay. What's the difference, I guess, in overall advantages of one or the other? I guess going with either strategic or going with a private equity investment.
Again, depends on the seller's exit strategy.
It always depends.
Yeah, it's we always go start with that. Depends. I think if you're going to a strategic, you could have 3 locations, you could have 15 locations. The question is, are you looking to roll over equity, or are you going to have an earn-out provision? What is easier for you?
Okay.
So we always focus with our clients on structure over price, because if somebody's offering a 10x multiple, but you're only getting 50% cash at close, that may not be the best deal, where somebody else is giving you an 8x multiple, but they're giving you 80 cents on the dollar at close.
So the larger offer is not always the best offer.
That's correct.
It's good to know. Okay. All right. Well, I think that's fantastic, Diwakar. Thanks for helping me understand some of those ideas.
Thank you.